All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the regular scheduled program now. Picking up some traction now. Fairway
Mm.
fellas coming in hot. Watch out. But here back in for another pod, previewing a good tournament that's coming in a week. Obviously here with me, Connor Warnes, and I'll let my
Yeah, Max Palmasino. Going off two outrights in a row. I'm not going to count the CJ Cup or Zurich because those aren't real events. But um, yeah, I mean, I'm glad to have a good tournament, an elevated event back after 2 weeks of not real golf. But it's a good upcoming stretch we have.
I know, yeah, it is. I'm pretty excited. Starting to hit our stride now. This is where the big tournaments start coming in. Obviously, there's some filler tournaments throughout the summer, but right now it really starts picking up with the majors and also just with all these signature events that are sprinkled throughout the summer and throughout May.
Right.
Should be good, and we got a good one this week. I think it's a new course,
Mhm.
very very historic course with Tony Hess being the designer, and it's not been touched by a PGA tournament yet. But we'll see. We're in a good for a good week. It's the signature event. It's the one that I believe takes over what is normally the Wells Fargo, correct?
Correct.
Usually the like tournament that's at Quail Hollow, which is where the obviously the PGA Championship is next week. So good field, got a signature event and everything. But I think we should deep dive more in what's been happening the past couple of weeks before we ease into that. I think we should deep kind of give our analysis of what's been happening over the couple of weeks and recap the since we last spoke at the RBC when we had a couple winners.
Yeah, the squad pod, when Mr. Cameron Addington was on was the safe one was JT top 10, cash with these. The other one was Sahith, but we don't talk about that. Um, but yeah, JT top 10, and then did you have JT outright too?
Yeah, I bet it on Friday. I didn't bet it
Okay.
before, but I bet it on Friday, so it was still really good odds. And
Yeah.
I mean, nothing crazy because he went crazy the first round, but it was
Mhm.
still, I got some juice on it.
Yeah, that was definitely. So,
What'd you say?
no, sorry, I was getting a call. Potential spam. That's what it
Ooh,
said. So,
yikes!
well,
In and off the program.
yeah. What was I saying though? Yeah. So JT
Yeah,
cashed us out. That was nice, especially after hitting Rory the week before. So we're kind of on a hot streak here with the pod, two in a
I
row.
know we are. Yeah, we're picking up some traction. Not in just many ways, but definitely on. We're definitely starting to feel the field and see what's happening. And JT was a great cash. That was awesome. That was a really good call by. I think he was definitely due. He's been playing very good. He's had some chances like at the Valspar where he kind of blew it, but he had
Hmm.
some chances throughout the year. So I think it was like we were saying, he was kind of just running hot into it, and I think it kind of fit his eye with his ball striking this entire year. It's just he just took over the course with his ball striking, and he made a clutch putt at the end. He deserved it. I think
Yeah.
um, Novak is gonna win at some point. I mean, he won, I guess, Zurich, but like, you
Right.
know what I mean, a real PGA tournament.
Hmm.
And that's a real tournament, obviously, but that is just it's two man, so like it's not the same at all. But
Right.
I think he'll win one this year. I think he'll do, but he did have his chance that tournament. But JT,
Hmm.
obviously, I think was just due.
Yeah, really do. I mean, he was hitting the ball so well. Just if he could find a place where he putts well and manages his wedges and everything, and Heritage was a great spot for him.
Mhm.
And then with the Zurich, it was just so fitting that Ben Griffin and
Yeah, no,
Andrew Novak, they're both just like so due to win
yeah,
an
like
event.
a
They
middle
just,
middle tier tournament, small tier tournament.
right, yeah. I mean, they're always their names are contending almost week in and week out. Like one of them is so.
Mhm.
It's Dan's guys. He bets every week.
Yeah, our boy Dan bets him every week, or I suppose I think, but he definitely
Hmm.
likes those guys, and they were due. He knows something. We'll have to get him on soon.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and then last week, just utter domination. Those are one of the weeks where you actually do want to take Scott. I mean, obviously it's hindsight, but like those,
Hmm.
I didn't really look into that tournament much. I just wasn't. I was more focused on NBA basketball and other things like that, so I didn't really bet anything pre-tournament. But I feel like that would be one of the tournaments where you actually do bet Scotty pre-tournament.
Right.
Obviously,
He's going off at 2 to 1
down
or
to
two and a
zero,
half to one.
but like you feel like you that might be the
Yeah.
best odds you get all weekend because he,
Yeah.
as you did, he just it's a Texas tournament, weaker field,
Mhm.
and he's just starting to hit his stride, and it's just a perfect opportunity for him to do exactly like he did, just dominate the tournament and show that he's back before.
Yeah. No, he tied Hideki's 72
Yeah,
hole
insane,
aggregate score.
insane, insane. I mean,
Yeah.
he
It
like
was,
should have beat it. Like he should
yeah. hmm
beat one of the holes.
Yeah. And then didn't birdie the last.
Yeah,
But yeah, so Scotty's back. Good for him. And at least if he's going to win a tournament, let it be that one.
yeah,
That's, you know,
yeah.
none of the good players show. I mean, the next, what it was Jordan or Scotty at 2.5 to 1, and then Jordan at like 18 to 1. So he can have that one.
Yeah.
And he seemed getting emotional afterwards because he like
Because he
would
was
always dreamed of winning
first
the.
tournament he played in. I
Oh
don't
my
care
God.
tournament, but he was like sometimes I think he's just the biggest NPC of all time. But like I
Yeah.
feel like such a jackass hating on him because he's such a good guy,
Yeah.
such a good person, and like he is really nice and really cool. He's just really, really NPC characteristics. Like he just shows no emotion, like in on like a fun side. He doesn't like get pumped
Right.
or like interact with the fans much at all. But he
Yeah.
is like I can't really really hate on him, but like you can definitely critique him.
Well, I saw that when Grant Horvat, his new video, Scotty, apparently he put out like a tweet asking for everyone's honest opinion of the video.
Yeah, I saw that. I was
And
looking.
people were kind of ripping on Scotty for, I didn't watch it at
Yeah,
all.
I watched the first probably 40 minutes of the video. There's like an hour and a
Mhm.
half video. It's really good. I do think Scotty it looks like he is a really cool guy and really like down to earth, like no
Mhm.
ego type of guy, but also like we're not used to seeing a number one player in the world not have like a little bit of character or ego in them and stuff.
Right.
Tiger, Rory kind of has some diva mentality. Jake
hmm
crazy. I mean, Jordan's always been great. Dustin was just a beast.
Right.
Things like that, and like Phil and all those guys, like we're used to seeing, and he's just. I feel like he doesn't like the big thing I saw in those comments were like he just doesn't really, and it kind of does sound to core like he doesn't really interact with the fans that much. Like he doesn't really
Right.
like show emotion. He doesn't like act. He doesn't really do anything outside of being just really good at golf and being a really
hmm
stand up guy.
Right.
Which is I don't know. I wish I want to like poke him and be like, do something, man. Like do something crazy. Like
Yeah.
give me a Tiger fist bump.
Right. Like when Rory's good, like it's good for golf. Like
Yeah,
Rory's leaning,
100%.
Rory's got that pumped up side to him. But Scotty's just, yeah. I think he's a pussy, but
He doesn't ride off the crowd either.
no, no, he's
He doesn't like normally like Rory when or like someone like that they hit a big putt and like the crowd riles him up. They're like, yeah, like come on, like going crazy.
yeah.
Nothing. Guy turns right to Ted Scott, hands his fucking putter, and goes next shot.
Yeah, next shot. He's got to loosen up a little bit.
I will say, I don't know. Hopefully, he's still got obviously years of his career left, and he's still very
Mhm.
young. But hopefully, he develops more into. I want
Yeah.
him to develop into more of a character.
You have to undo that top button just like yours over there. Um,
The other one,
yeah, there you go. Yeah, so this week Scotty's too scared to show up, I guess, which is kind of odd. It's an elevated event. Week before a major, decides to opt out. I think he's scared of Rory after the Masters.
mm,
But yeah, we can go through the course preview real quick. It's par 70, measuring a little over 7,100 yards. It's going to be pure, fast bent grass greens. Bent grass pretty much everywhere, so it's going to play firm and fast.
true Midwest East Coast type of course.
Yep.
Awesome.
Same designer of Bethpage,
Yep.
Baltusrol, Ridgewood, and Wingfoot.
Yeah, and Lakewood Country Club
Oh, actually, didn't
is
know that.
W Tillinghast. That's the only um Tillinghast designer in Ohio, and it's
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's like a legendary designer. I'm what I read up, and also just from my brother spewing to me about because he has a weird fascination with our previous guest, Paulie Warren's. He has a weird fascination with golf course designers, and
Kind of like that little architecture
he
background.
says that Tillinghast is one of the greatest. So I mean, as you see with the courses he's designed, they're pure championship courses.
Right, old style country
Yeah.
clubs, a lot of trees, fast, thick rough.
Mhm.
So, I think it's going to play a little bit like a U.S. Open, but a little higher scoring from what I've seen because it's not too long. 7,100
No.
yards is not
It
long.
might it might be a little parallel to a US to a Memorial type tournament where it's
Mhm.
really tough, very because that's what the Memorial's used for is U.S. Open prep, like long, lush grass, tight fairways, long course, and just fast greens and stuff like that. So I feel like it could act like that, but it's definitely gonna act like a U.S. Open type course where it's just I don't know. I feel like this course could hold a major from what it just
Right.
from the feels it gives off. It gives off Oakmont. It gives off stuff like that, like those.
Mhm.
But we'll see.
Um, I did see they were doing some rerouting of the course. So like 12 is going to be number one just because of the way the holes are laid out. So like the range is kind of like in the middle of the course near the clubhouse, and like the normal one for like the hole number one for the members is like a walk down the cart path. So they
Oh,
rerouted it a couple of the holes so that it was just easy to leave the range
mhm.
right tee box. So
Yeah.
um yeah, I was trying to think what else. Yeah, comp courses, like you said, is obviously the ones that um, that guy designed. Do you want to get into the odds?
Yeah, we can get into it. It'll be fun. There's another final note. It'll be fun to see a new course play and see how the pros treat it. But we'll see. Let's do it. Let's get into the odds. Let's see who's gonna win this week. Let's find another winner.
You see my screen?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. All right, so your odds-on favorite for this week is Rory McIlroy at 4.5 to 1. I think that number's been pretty still all week. I think I mean, I'm not going to bet it, but I think it's a fair number on Rory.
Mhm.
Um, I would not, I mean, I would say this is kind of a Rory course if we're going to compare it to a US Open because he's been a great, like probably the best US Open player without a win in the last 5 years, I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
What's your concern or threat level for Rory this week?
Um, I mean, it definitely ball striking wise fits his eye. Just like keep it in. He hits the ball straight and far, and even if he hits in the rough, he'll have wedges into the greens. So we've seen that kind of like help out on U.S. Open style courses. Um,
Mhm.
but you never know. I don't know if it's like, do I want him to win? If I think he's gonna win another major, like he might get too hot too quick.
Right,
But I don't know. I think he'd probably be a solid bet. I just don't. I say this every pod. I just hate betting the odds-on favorite. It's just
right,
like you're just losing on so much value, especially if they don't have the first round that you like imagine them to have.
Mhm. Right.
I don't know if I'll take them for before round.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on Rory at the top of the board. If he beats us, he beats us. I wouldn't be surprised. Not gonna say that he has zero shot, but zero shot he gets any of my money this week, I think.
No, no.
Also, before we get into this, I'm so confused on who to bet this week. I don't think I found a single. I haven't placed one yet, and I don't think.
I don't really know who to either.
Yeah, it's so hard with no course history.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's like the biggest thing is like course history, I feel like, or like tournament. Because like you can go at tournament history, but it's not the same exact thing at all.
right, and then like you look at the comp courses, Bethpage, Brooks, Wingfoot was Phil play obviously came in second there, and then
Mhm.
Bryson. Those guys aren't in the field.
Yeah.
Baltusrol was Jason Day, but
Jimmy
he was
Walker.
a withdrawal
Or no,
today.
that was Jimmy Walker, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Jimmy Walker. You're right. You're right. Jason Day came in
The
second.
ancient poll in my head. I was like, wait,
Yeah.
because they went. Because remember, Jason Day was hunting him down. That was when he won the PJ the year before at Whistling, but he almost
Yeah.
won again.
Yeah. Yeah. He won at
That was when
Whistling. You're right.
Jason was the number one player in the world.
Yep.
Jimmy
Yep. You're right. Yeah.
Walker.
I remember Jason Day sticking it on 18
Yes. Yeah, the
and
two
making the Eagle to like
the Eagle
put
to go
pressure
into a
on
playoff, I
Jimmy
believe,
Walker.
maybe, or maybe yeah, something like that. But Jimmy Walker, that is a pull.
Yeah. I forgot that guy existed.
He was good.
He was good for like a year or two. Um, so go to that next range. We have Colin at 14 to 1, Xander 16, JT 16, Ludwig 16. Anybody in the teens that you're going to be planning on betting or has piqued your interest?
JT will not win just solely because it's too big of a story for him. I feel like that's just like not for him in general. I'm just saying like I don't, I can't for some reason can't picture him on Sunday winning. Like I can't imagine him winning again though so quickly.
Right.
But I mean could be. I don't know. I mean, mm, Ludwig is just so admirable at ball striking courses because he just absolutely ball striking. He's putting and chipping. I don't know. I don't know if I'll bet any of it. Maybe. Cantley kind of has some. He did good at I think they played Ridgewood one year, or at, like when he won, or maybe that was a different course. They played somewhere when him and Bryson battled it out in like the FedEx Cup Championship a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was the BMW.
Yeah,
I
the
think it was
BMW. I don't know
Ridgewood.
if that might have been like some like different course. I forget what it was, but what year was that? Probably 2022, 2021.
Yeah, so it was like 2021. Yeah. Um, yeah, no, Cantley definitely fits.
I think he fits the eye, and I think he because he can just he ball strikes and he'll putt in one of those greens are gonna be fast as hell. But they're feet.
Right.
So
Exactly. And then, yeah, he's Cantley just like like Bentgrass is always Cantley.
I'm gonna
Um,
yeah, he's won at the Memorial twice.
mhm.
I kind of I'm starting to like him more than I think about it. I kind of like Cantley out of that
He is
cat.
due for a win.
He is. He's been playing good, and I think this could really progress his progress this year.
The problem is this.
Oh God, is he the most tipped?
Second most tipped this
Oh
week
my
after
God,
Keegan.
dude.
Yeah, when the odds came out, I was looking at Cantley and I was looking at Decky, and they're both on the chart. So I'm gonna have to pivot.
Yeah, it is
Um,
brutal.
yeah, he's on the most tipped chart, so automatically off my list. Starting to do that this year. I think it's paid off. The only one that's came through is Minwoo Lee. Um, so that's my problem with Cantley. Otherwise, course fit, I mean, he makes all the sense of the world. I wish Ludwig's number was a little better than
Yeah, I
16
know.
because of the form he's in. Um, he's been pretty. I mean, he's been really quiet after he won at Torrey.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is a ball striking like Ludwig course. So I might get there with if I had to take a shot at the top, I think it would be Ludwig. And Ludwig doesn't do well when most people are on him either. So I like that if he's not on the tip chart that
Mhm.
for him to play well. But so the next range we got Jordan 25 to 1, Vic 25, No Nuts Fleetwood 28, Corey Connors 30.
Gore, Gore.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
I
Does
don't
he
know.
play Memorial well?
Yeah. I'll look that up. Look up last year's performance. But he's
Or was that Hadwin that played well at Memorial last year?
no, I think that was Hadwin.
I think it was.
Maybe.
This is a good Vic spot.
I
Uh,
was just that's why that's I think that was when I was originally looking at everything. I think this is a big spot.
oh, 100% is.
I think
I
this
I
is
worry that he already won, and then I like him next week at Quail.
yes. I really I like Vic to win a major this year. I think he's sneakily that the way he started out the year might give him a little chip on the shoulder. He's like every press conference, he's like, how you hitting? I saw this. He's like, I played. He's like, I was hitting it the worst ever. He's like so blunt about everything. It's so funny. He's hilarious.
Hmm.
He's like, I was hitting it like, he's like, we're like, how are you hitting it right now? After every one, he goes, six. You're like,
Yeah,
hitting at the beginning of the season, one.
one.
It's like, dude, I think he's gonna come out and play really good this year. He's just one of my favorite players. I think he's hilarious and he's such a good guy.
Yeah. Um, Fleetwood. I mean, it makes. I see. Was Jordan on that list? Yeah, he was the last guy on the list. I mean, it makes sense. He played well at last week. He's starting to round into form, but I think a lot of that has to do with him being in Texas. He always plays well in Texas,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna pass on speed. Fleetwood, every course is a Fleetwood course, I feel like. I feel like if it's long,
I
like you could
know.
talk yourself into saying that like his long irons are really good, but if it's like short and like you need precision, like Fleetwood's that too. So
Yeah.
nah, I don't know.
Hadwin was the one that came in third last year.
Okay.
Bazayton
Yeah, Corey's interesting though.
there.
I could see him playing well here. I don't think I'm gonna I don't know. TBD on a bet there. Russell Henley makes sense here.
Just the way he's been playing this year. Obviously,
Yeah, another ball
no.
striker, but what'd you say?
I said definitely the way he's been playing this year, but he did let us down at the Masters.
He did, and he already won a signature event. Is he really going to win API and the Truist? I don't know. I find that hard to believe. I really liked Hideki.
I
I
know.
was really disappointed to see him on the tip chart.
I think this is his type of course too.
Oh yeah, I think it is too. Um, the next range with Hideki and Henley, we have Shane Lowry, Berger, most tipped Keegan,
Oh,
Sunjay, Maverick, Wyndham, Bob Mack, and Sepp all at 45 there. So very bunched up
yeah.
odds board. Um,
Um, Mav, I think, is going to win a tournament this year. I just don't know when, and I don't know if it's this spot. I've been keeping my eye on him sneakily, but I don't know. I think he's going to win a tournament sometime this year. Just playing really good. But
yeah,
if it's going to be a signature event, most likely not. It'll probably be the Barracuda or something like that, like
right.
random tournament.
Yeah. Um, Wyndham, maybe. I mean, he's not really in form, but I like Wyndham when he's not popular. I haven't really seen much Wyndham love. What do you think about Bob Mack and Sepp?
Can't be mad. Can never turn away Bob Mack because he's just a great guy. But yeah, I think ball striking wise, he fits the well at fade, and he's a lefty fader, so hopefully that fits the. I just don't. That's the hardest part of it. I don't know like what this course fits. Like I don't know like
Right.
who this fits, but I mean, you would think both of them probably have a good chance. I like Sep. Sep's obviously kind of slowed down a little, not slowed down, but he hasn't really obviously won since the American Express, but
Right.
good.
We go back here. What about Shane?
I like Shane.
I think I like Shane. Um, Played well at Oakmont. I don't know how he did at Bethpage in 2019, but he's a great U.S. Open player. Why? I don't see any reason why he couldn't be good here.
Hmm.
And he's not on the tip chart, so that's good. I think I'm probably gonna get there with Shane.
Yeah, and he's seven top 20 finishes and 10 starts this year.
Yeah, so at least you know he's gonna be in the
He's
mix.
gonna
And and he is due for when was his last win outside of the Zurich?
like forever, and he's always
Was it
been
was it Port Rush? Was this is the Open the last time he won before the Zurich?
probably.
Holy shit. Yeah, he's really due for a regular PGA Tour
Yeah,
victory. I
it's
think this
probably is a good spot for him.
yeah, I think it's a great spot for him. Let's see here. We got so in the 50 range, we have Minwoo Lee, Sam Burns, Davis Thompson, Keith Mitchell. Yeah, we'll stop it there. Um,
Like that's some juice for how good he's been playing.
for who?
Novak.
Oh, Novak. Yeah, Novak 60.
Mm,
Yeah,
that's just kind of a square bet though. If you
right.
if you pay attention to golf, like I think that's a square bet.
Yeah,
No, Phil. Wait, this is his turn. I think
right.
it'd be a big name.
Yeah. The problem I haven't really done much
Yeah.
research on this yet. So I mean, I had a good feel for the top of the board, but for the bottom of the board, I really,
This is gonna go off feel.
yeah, straight feel. Anybody else down here catch your eye?
Woo. Saw him on a Bob the Sports video recently. Seems like a great. Um, I don't really know. I mean, Justin Rose could be a sensible play.
Tip chart.
Oh, great Lord. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I feel like once that, well, yeah, that's that Masters performance. I feel like any big tournament, people are gonna
I
gravitate to.
know it's gonna take them because they're like, oh, when is he gonna do it?
Right, yeah. Akshay at 75.
Low key.
I mean, the value is there at 75 to 1. It's a big no. I mean, he's not in form.
No.
Um,
Has he played since like last signature event? Probably not.
Probably. Yeah, he probably the Heritage. I think I was on him at the Heritage. Um,
Post man,
Poston, and
not his course.
nah, I don't think so. It could be a Tony course.
Tony could dominate it.
I just don't know where his game's
Oh,
at right now. He's
exactly.
really
If
hasn't done shit.
his putting is good, maybe.
Yeah, I can see him contending, but
Do
not
we think Will Zalatoris will win a tournament this year?
This should be a Will Zalatoris course.
No,
No,
no, that's what I mean. He's a ball strikes the shit out of courses.
he's an awesome U.S. Open player.
Hmm. We find our top 10 bet.
And we might have. I know it. The problem with Will Zalatoris is that people bet him all the time. Like when he's popular, he never comes through.
I know.
Um,
So,
and at the beginning of the year, he played really well in like the first round of the Century.
mhm.
And I remember people just going to bet. I saw people betting him for the U.S. Open. So if you like him at the U.S. Open, which is Oakmont, why would you not like him
God,
here?
like my cricket club.
90 to 1. I think we're in on Zal. I'm not a Zalatoris guy, but at 90
I
to 1, I don't think anyone's talking about him.
I think this could be a sneaky, sneaky play that we just discovered because I
Yeah.
was all over him at the Masters. Because I thought
Hmm.
he was coming into form and maybe had his ball striking was just going to dominate the course. And he had unbelievable course history there. Obviously, at
Right.
all majors, he has really good history.
Right.
And this is a major feel. Could be his turn. I might have just found the storyline of the week, Max. Holy shit.
Might have.
But let's keep looking. But what's his top 10? I'm going to look at it right now.
Okay.
Um, let's see. Also, P.S. The Cavs are fucking screwed.
Yeah, who's out?
I
I
think
haven't seen anything.
everyone.
The is it DeAndre Mobley and Darius?
I know Mobley's out and Garland. Don't know about DeAndre.
Yeah, we're starting Ty Jerome,
Yeah.
Darius,
Dude,
Strus, Dean
Dean
Wade.
Wade at the 4.
Yeah, we're
Tristan
probably
Thompson backup. God, the healthy the entire season.
yeah, we're probably cooked.
All right, we're still minus 5.5. What does Vegas know?
Well, I mean, it was at like
We're
8.
home and we just need to win.
Yeah, I mean, it got up
I
to 10 and a
know.
half
I
when it
know.
opened, so I think that's still a fair number. We can't, yeah, they wouldn't put us as dogs.
No, they would never. The entire country would take them.
Yeah.
All right, back to the regular schedule program. I'm finding this top 10. Why don't they show? God, it's so hard to find golf bets. Top 10 plus 490.
Plus 490 for a top 10. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we're gonna make that the squad ride.
Yes. 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 490. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Top 10, you don't even have to be in contention.
No, you really could. No, not
Or you
really.
literally don't even have to be in contention. Like you can literally make the cut on the number and still easily make a top 10. Not
Right.
easy, but like you just got to shoot like a couple under par both days and you're fine.
Right.
I say that every time I take a top 10.
I know, right?
Doesn't it? Except for last time.
Yeah, except for last time. Um, okay. Steven Yeager, no. Thagala, no. Fitzpatrick, 110. Another US Open guy.
Mm. Well, I don't mind. I don't really know how he's been playing this year. Like, let me look up his starts this year. I don't really know. Like,
Yeah, I don't think anything good. Where did he
I
con
mean, we would know if he's been playing good.
he played well 1 week. I forget what week it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. But yeah, he definitely hasn't been playing the best. I think, do you think he's a two major type of player or a one major type of player?
One.
I completely agree. All
I think he got his.
right, so this is his results this entire year. T24 Century, T48 Pebble Beach, Miscut, Waste Management, 49th Genesis, um, uh, 22 Arnold Palmer, Miscut Players, Miscut Valero, T40 Masters, T38 Harbortown. So just ultimately mid.
Yeah, very, very mid. Yeah, I'll probably skip out on. There's a name down here I was looking at. Harris English.
Mm. You've been kind of liking Harry English this year, I feel like.
Yeah, I wasn't on his win. I mean, he won the Farmers.
Mm,
Um, I think he could win twice in a year.
I agree.
Um, yeah, I mean, he's a great U.S. Open player. I think he contended at what U.S. Open did he contend at?
Probably back in like 2020 or 2021, probably right.
Yeah, I think he was in kind of the not the mix at Winged Foot with Bryson, but I think because it was just a two-man race. But I
Yeah.
think he
No,
played
what
well
was
there.
20? Where was 2020? Oh, Ron. Was that
Oh
Tori?
yeah, no, it was Tory.
Oh yeah, I think it was at Tori when he was
Yeah,
because
which kind of makes
I
sense
just
with
guessed that because that was the year he's on the Ryder Cup, so I knew he would play had to be
yeah,
on those.
yeah, which makes sense now that he got a win there.
That is true. Yeah, that would have been a fun thing to know before the week.
Right. But yeah, no, I like this kind of course for Harris English. Anybody else that
Smith. When is he gonna win?
never? No,
Not,
not never.
not
Not, no, I don't think an elevated event.
now. He's the type of player that gets his feet wet with a little Barracuda championship or
Right.
like a open type win.
Yeah, or like a win in the fall tour. Uh,
Um, yeah, Max Homa is
yeah, this should be a good spot for Michael Thorbjornsen. I think I'm gonna get back on the Thorbjornsen train.
one. He's been hot. He played good last week.
Played good last week, and then he also the two tournaments he's contended in was Travelers when he was really young. I think he was still an amateur. Um,
2 years ago was that? Was that like 2 years ago?
that was the year that Sahith blew it.
Lost.
Yeah, so 3 years ago, 2022.
Was it to Xander? Was that when Xander almost
Yeah, that was when Xander won. Yeah,
wire to wire, but Smith almost caught him?
yeah, yeah.
I think
No,
it
Sahith
was
had the lead.
what?
Sahith had the lead at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, but I think like not after a round. I'm saying like
Oh, I got
in
you.
the
I got
middle on like he did, and then he put in the bunker and blew it or
on
something.
18, and then he hit the lip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. Yeah, he
and then
did.
had a layup anyways.
God, yeah.
Um, but yeah, Thorbjornsen played really well in that, and then the John Deere, which is kind of a similar type course, I think.
I would agree. Fast greens, bent greens.
Right, so it should be Sep then. Too. Sep, I think, could win. And do you think win twice? I think
Mm, I think
the first one wasn't an elevated event.
it was.
It wasn't. It was just American Express.
Press isn't elevated.
No.
I thought it would be.
Mm-mm. Um, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go past store on anybody else to bet.
Yeah, no way.
Yeah, I get down to
Pavone in the
Pavone and
final
Dunlap.
group of the U.S. Open last year.
Yeah. Who's gonna come in dead last? Pavone or Dunlap?
Definitely Dunlap. He's still riding the. He's needs to be put on the bench.
There's just no way to fade him here anymore. Like there's no cut.
No,
There's not a dead last bet, which there absolutely should be. I think
there
every
should be. That'll be like a more fun bet, and
oh my God, dude, it would be.
it'll be less intense because like it's probably not going to come down to like wire to wire. Like who's gonna, but like sometimes it might.
Yeah, like especially in this no cut event, like it
Yeah,
absolutely comes.
that's true. Yeah.
Like when there's a cut, then like guys that like make the cut but still shoot worse.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, but with this, with no cut, you have to play. You're playing 4 rounds. They could come down to like the final.
Mhm.
They're also playing with what is not even on TV.
Yeah, literally.
Uh,
All right, back. All right.
you see my screen?
Yeah, it's it.
Okay.
These are
Yep.
two
I
touches.
don't. I mean, Hadwin is kind of enticing at 300 to one.
Could be.
Wouldn't. I mean, he's not in any type of form, but yeah, I don't think anything besides Thorbjornsen. I'm gonna be betting. Let's say you,
What about Woodland?
Gary. Yeah,
US Open winner.
yeah. I don't think he might contend. I don't think he's gonna win.
Storyline.
Yeah, yeah. The storyline. I mean, I think he is gonna win this year. It's
Yeah,
probably gonna be another like a low. just a
I think
regular
it'd be
event.
stacked of a tournament for him to win.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what you've seen with every elevated event, if we go through them, they're all top guys. Like
Yeah,
nothing longer than probably 30
he,
to 1. Like Hideki won Century.
he
Um,
was not probably 30-1, right?
no, he was lower. He's probably like 20 something.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Ludwig at Farmers was like 20.
What was Russell?
Russell was like 35.
So yeah, probably he was probably
That's
high.
probably the highest. Rory twice at the Players and at Pebble. Obviously not that high of odds. So like with these elevated events, it's hard. I mean, you're just taking you're just taking stabs at some of those longer guys, just hoping that it's a random winner and that you pick the random winner. It's not like a regular event where I don't think anybody can win. I think it's pretty much 50 to 1 and down, probably.
Yeah, exactly. I just don't think it's just too stacked of tournaments. When we find that these tournaments, it's just like one of these players is gonna play good on Sunday and probably come and catch you if you're in the lead at least. Like if you're like a lower odds player, but I don't know. I just don't. It just there's sometimes there's too good of players where they're like one of these players is going to be like one of the top five of those players is probably going to be like close to winning on come Sunday. It's just how it is every signature event, but we'll see.
Yeah. So well, except for Zalatoris. Zalatoris is gonna win.
Oh yeah, that's true. Zalatoris. I did forget about that one. Yeah. So everyone scratch what we just talked about. Zalatoris, but he'll be in the top 10 for sure.
Sorry, one second. Um, so if we want to get so top 10, I think is gonna be our squad ride for the week. Where is he? Did I miss him? Get to him?
Did he drop after I took him?
I don't see him listed
I
anymore.
took him. So there he is, right there on the right, 490.
Oh, 490. Okay, yeah. Yep, Will Zalatoris top 10 will be the squad ride of the week. Yeah, so we go through what we got coming up. We got PGA, obviously we'll be back
Got to pick a
next
winner.
week. Let's see. Yeah, so PGA
We got to
next
pick
week
a
at
winner
Cleveland.
though.
What'd you say?
We each got to pick a winner.
Yeah. Oh, it's true, 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 true. My winner is going to be Shane Lowry.
All right, all right, all right. My winner is going to be Patrick Hanley
Patrick Kelly. Okay. All right. Fair
with a
enough.
sneaky sprinkle on my boy Vic.
Yeah. Yeah, Vic could definitely play well.
All right, let's look ahead.
Yeah. So PGA next week, obviously Quill will be out. We'll have a pod for that.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. We'll have a
Mhm.
special guest.
Yeah, we'll find a guess. And then the Charles Schwab, which is it's a good non-elevated event at Colonial. Colonial is a really good course.
We might do one. We'll think
Yeah,
about it.
potentially.
We can get one in for that because that is a really because there will be huge names at that tournament.
hmm
Colonial.
And then Memorial definitely will be on for Memorial.
Oh yeah, that might be the biggest one.
Yeah, hopefully might maybe go to it, be boots on ground.
Yeah, that'd be really fun.
Then Canadian Open probably not, and then obviously back for U.S. Open, and then we might have to do the Travelers one live together.
Oh, oh yeah,
Golf trip week.
let's do it. Yeah, we'll have to. We'll do a combined. We'll get some of the guests from the golf trip on it too for their take.
Yeah,
And we'll do that in live because that will that be so that like when we get there, like it'll be like the weekend that we're there.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we can either record Tuesday when we go to Logan's or Wednesday when we get to the place, wherever.
And
So
then US Open, we might be boots on ground as well
yeah, potentially.
if we pull the trigger.
Yeah, I would love to go see Oakmont again.
Because the Oakmont safe, quick drive, and it was super fun. So yeah, we can do that.
Yeah,
Let's look into tickets because I don't know, they'll probably be more expensive.
I think they were like Sunday was like 130.
Oh, that's not terrible. I would do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we should probably pull the trigger on that soon if we're gonna do it. But
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's going to be a good couple of years. I'm I'm excited for the PJ Championship next week. It'll be fun. Obviously, it's majors, which is the best, but
Mhm.
as we all know, the PJ is kind of more of the weaker one, especially with it being at Quail, where it's a regular scheduled course every year. But I'm really so excited for the U.S. Open this year.
Yeah,
Some
same.
reports about just like what the U.S. Open media day was recently, and I saw
Mhm.
just like how the course is looking. It's looking Purina. It's looking insane. The course, and
Yeah.
they said that like the officials are trying to get it to like be like 15 plus 10 meter, like
Mhm.
5 inch rough, like stuff like that, and make the try to, and they want to try and get it to where the winners over par again. And I think that's just for like golf sicko. I think that is just like a dream for me to like. I love seeing the players struggle a little bit. It's kind of fun, and seeing them play at these sick hard courses that are just definitely built for the U.S. Open. So.
Right.
I think it'll be fun. It'll be a good year. We got a really good championship slate coming up.
Yep, definitely. All right, we will see you back next week for the second major of the year.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get
Let's get
another
three.
winner.
Let's get three in a row.
Yeah, let's keep them going.